Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So this video is about, um, even more conflict arising in the Caucasus, and more conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia, and Azerbaijan with the help of Turkey. So we're gonna go over to Google Maps. So Caucasus, you got Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, surrounded by three bigger countries of Russia, Turkey, and Iran. So, there was a conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia in Nagorno-Karabakh. Azerbaijan won, and right now there's fears in Armenia that could spark more conflict over southern Armenia and the Zangezur corridor. So, Azerbaijan holding joint military drills with Turkey. This is the first time it's happened since the victory over Armenia last month. So, a couple thousand military personnel were participating in exercises. The first time since the war. So there is, a couple thousand troops participating. I highly recommend. I love Voice of America. I love Crux. I think those, are very informative YouTube channels. So I highly recommend those channels. But this is kind of the article I want to touch on. Azerbaijan's victory over Armenia enclave raises fears of another war, from the Financial Times. So we got Azerbaijan is become rich in oil, and they previously won the war in Nagorno-Karabakh against Armenia, with southern Armenia fearing that it is next. So this spot down here, these towns, villages, cities, this southern part of Armenia down here. And you can see why they would be concerned. Obviously, Armenia has retaken Nagorno-Karabakh. There's an enclave of Nakhchivan here that, there's a very real possibility that, Azerbaijani forces, invade from both sides and, move to cut off southern Armenia from the bulk of Armenia around Yerevan and, up here. So a whole lot has happened in the past month. The Republic of Artsakh has collapsed. So this is the Republic of Artsakh flag. Aliyev, Azerbaijani president. This was in the presidential palace in Stepanakert. Aliyev says we've returned our lands, restored our dignity and our integrity, our territorial integrity. And 100,000 or more ethnic Armenians fled. So obviously the Armenians, obviously there's a lot of history. Armenians and Azerbaijanis don't particularly like each other. There's been conflict, and now there's just a handful of ethnic Armenians left in Nagorno-Karabakh. Armenians call it Stepanakert. Azerbaijanis call it Kankendi. But since the Armenians have left, it's now referred to as Kankendi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. If I'm not, apologies. So this is kind of a really good map. This was Nagorno-Karabakh. The Azerbaijanis took control of that, and now there's, issues over a potential Zangezur corridor. The Armenians don't particularly want that. The Azerbaijanis want that. but not just the Azerbaijanis, the Turkish, Turkish President Erdogan, would probably be in favor of that also. Head over to the article from the Armenian Mirror Spectator. Aliyev, so Azerbaijani leader, opening of the corridor through Armenia is inevitable. And then, so that's a picture of Aliyev, that's Erdogan. So Aliyev, the opening of the Zangezur corridor is inevitable. The sooner, the better. In any case, we're working to make this a reality. So Azerbaijanis want that. The Armenians definitely don't, because that could seriously threaten southern Armenia. But there's also something I want to touch on before I end the video. So this idea of pan-Turkism, so Erdogan, is in charge of Turkey. There's Turkic people, Azerbaijan, Central Asia. So as you can see, the country standing in the way of this pan-Turkic, pan-Turkism, concept is Armenia, because Turkey and Azerbaijan are not connected. Well, that's not technically true, because Turkey and Armenia are connected, just not, this is a pretty narrow border, 5 miles. So if Turkey and Armenia want this pan-Turkic and pan-Turkism idea to work, then Armenia stands in the way of that. So, yep, that's a pretty good representation. The green is, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and orange is Armenia. So as you can see, that Armenia is standing in the way of that. This is probably a better, Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and then the Turkic people of Central Asia. This is another pretty great visual aid. Turkey, Armenia, the enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh, Azerbaijan, Caspian Sea, and then the Turkic people of Central Asia. So there's fears that renewed conflict could come between Azerbaijan and Armenia, with Turkey supporting Azerbaijan. So that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces.